from West Virginia Public Broadcasting.
Support for the following is provided by the West Virginia Department of Education and West Virginia Public Broadcasting. Hey! Hey everyone, it's Education Station!
Hi, and welcome back to Education Station. I'm your host, Alex Milanese. Education Station is a show where we invite teachers from all across West Virginia to submit videos of themselves teaching their favorite lessons. In today's episode, we're getting 3 exciting lessons about Spanish, math, and personal hygiene. So our first stop today is with Miss Kirkland, who has a fun Spanish lesson planned for us. Let's check it out.
Yo soy Abuelita Catarina. Bienvenidos al Stanton Augusta Rescue Squad.
That means welcome to Stanton Augusta Rescue Squad. In Spanish, Abuelita tells me that Rescue Squad is Escuadrón de Rescate. I am Olivia, and this is my Abuelita, my granny. We're here because mi mamá is a first responder and a nurse. Abuelita thought it would be a good way for me to learn about how to say parts of the body in Espanol and show that girls can do science just as good as boys. Abuelita, I have a question.
What's that, baby?
Why is ambulance spelled backwards?
Oh, that's a very good question. The reason ambulance is spelled backwards is so that the driver that's ahead of the ambulance can see it in their mirror, because a mirror switches it around. So we're here today to learn about the ambulance with help from Hannah, who is Olivia's mama. We're going to learn the body parts with her later on. But first, let's go inside the ambulance with Jeremy, the other paramédico, which is EMT or paramedic in Espanol.
Hey Olivia, how are you? My name's Jeremy.
Hi, Jeremy.
How's your day going?
Pretty good.
Good. Well, what I'm going to do is show you the back of the ambulance, okay?
Okay.
That's what you're sitting in.
Okay.
Do you know what the chair is called that you're sitting in?
Big chair.
Yeah, a kind of big chair, huh? We call that the captain's chair.
Ooh, am I a captain?
Yeah, you can be a captain for right now.
Yay!
Yay! All right, so if you look to your right, that's a radio.
Where?
Right, let me reach over here, right here.
Oh,
and
do you listen to music?
No, it's a different kind of radio. It lets us talk to the hospital.
Like a phone?
Kind of, yeah.
Oh.
Next to that, which is this right here, that's like kind of like a vacuum that we use to help people breathe.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's really big.
It is. It is big.
What's up above it?
More things that we use to help people breathe. Have you ever seen the people that have the little plastic things in their nose?
I think.
Like this.
Okay.
And then we just open it.
So airway has to do with breathing?
That's right. So it's how well you breathe.
Oh, okay. Do you guys take temperatures too?
We do. We have a thermometer just like the hospital has. And it's right here.
My mommy
You see
and daddy
that?
do it in my ears. Is that how that works?
So these are a little different. We can do these in your arm. And we can just put the little plastic cover on here and then it goes under your arm. Or we can do it in your mouth.
Oh. Is that a TV over there?
Well, it is kind of like a TV. It's something that we use to look at people's hearts. So we'll take pictures of their heart and it shows us little lines.
Are they pretty?
They can be. Yeah, they can be pretty. They can also be kind of scary depending on what they look like.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. You know what this is for?
No.
So this takes people's blood pressures. So it gives your arm a hug. So we put this on and it gives your arm a big hug. And it tells us how you're doing.
What does the blood pressure tell us?
So it just tells us if you're hydrated or dehydrated.
Like
so that means have enough water in you.
Oh. What's the big bed in the middle?
So this big bed is called, what do you think it's called?
A big bed.
Yeah, it's very close. It's called a stretcher. And we use this to transport our patients on. And it has a lot of seat belts so that they're safe while we're going down the road.
Does it stretch?
It doesn't stretch, but the head part lays down. It lays down all the way, but I'm not going to put it down all the way right now. We'll just leave it right there, okay?
Oh, that's cool.
Uh-huh. We have some sheets and blankets. And these, why do you think we carry blankets in the summertime?
I don't know.
Do you like blankets in the summertime?
Kind of.
Yeah. So older people like blankets in the summertime too because they get cold. All right, and down here we have all of our first aid stuff. So we have bandages. So if you maybe skin your knee, we can put a bandage on you.
That's a really big Band-Aid.
It is. All right, let me put this away. All right, over here we have gloves.
Oh, I see people wear those at the store.
Uh-huh. We wear them more to protect our patients from our germs.
Oh, so they're always used to keep people safe.
That's right. Keep people safe, both us and the patients.
Okay.
And then we have, these are the seats that we sit in when we're going to take care of a patient that's sitting here on the stretcher. So they have seat belts kind of like a race car. Do you know about race cars?
Yeah. You guys drive really fast, right?
Depending on who's driving, we do. So we can put these on and then we can still move around with these and stay safe in case something happens.
That's cool.
All right, what questions do you have, Olivia?
Why are there rails on the ceiling?
So there are rails up there in case we have to stand up to reach stuff on the other side of the ambulance. So if I stand up and we're going down the road, I'd like to be able to hold on to something, and then that way I can kind of remain, so I don't fall on the patient, and I remain safer.
Okay. That would be bad if you fell.
That would be. What else in here do you have questions about?
What's the red box?
So the red box holds sharp things so that we don't stick ourselves with them after we use them.
So it's like a trash can for sharp stuff?
That's right. It's called a sharp container. Okay. Well, thank you for visiting us today.
Thank you for showing it.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Abuelita, how do you say body in Spanish?
Oh, se dice el cuerpo. Can you say that? Say it with Olivia.
El cuerpo.
Muy bien.
Yep, el cuerpo, the whole body. We're going to go from head to foot. You want to start, Mama?
Sure. Head is, do you know it, Olivia?
Cabeza.
Muy bien. Excelente. Say cabeza.
Next, we got the eyes. Los ojos. Well, that leads us to nose then. Nose is la nariz.
Say it.
La nariz.
Arm.
Brazo, I think. Right, Mama?
Yes, it's el brazo. Muy bien. Say it.
El brazo.
Okay. What about hand?
Hand is mano.
La mano. Olivia?
La mano.
Okay. Leg?
Mama, I can't say I remember that one.
Okay. La pierna. Say.
La pierna.
Excellent. Did you say it with Olivia? La pierna. El pie. Easy way to remember it. Pie. Pie is connected to the pierna. Pie. Say it, Olivia.
Pie.
Excellent. It's spelled just like pie in English, but it's pronounced like pie. What else? What about mouth? Do you remember what it is, Olivia?
La boca.
La boca. Muy bien. Say it. La boca. Excelente. ¿Qué más? How about chest?
El pecho.
El pecho. Say it, Olivia.
El pecho.
Excelente. Okay. Ears. Ears.
Ear is oreja.
Oreja. Say oreja. Up. Mask is going up again, Olivia.
Oreja.
Oreja. Say oreja. Muy bien. Los dedos. Wait. Just thought about it. Dedos, because you have to treat that a lot, don't you?
A fair amount.
Okay. So los dedos. Say it, Olivia.
Los dedos.
Excelente. So, Olivia, you have any more questions?
No.
No? Okay. Well, I think that's it. And let's go back out to the ambulance base. I hope this helps you to see what a paramedico does on the rescue squad every single day, every single shift, 365 days a year. So, to all the first responders out there, gracias por su servicio. Thank you for your service. Don't forget to wash your hands and wear your máscara. Lava las manos y usa su máscara. Hasta luego. Say bye, mamá.
Bye.
Thanks, Miss Kirkland. Okay, next up, we're going to get a review of one of the most important mathematical concepts ever, order of operations. For more on this, let's go visit Miss Lexi.
Hi everyone. In this lesson, I'm going to be talking about order of operations, or sometimes you might hear it as Pemdas. Pemdas is the acronym we use for the steps of order of operations. I'm going to be going through what it stands for and doing a few examples to help you see how it's used. So, first, let's go through what PEMDAS stands for. And PEMDAS stands for parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, and addition, subtraction. The first step is always parentheses. And here are 3 examples of the different types of parentheses or brackets you may see. The next step we do is exponents. And when you see 2 to the 3rd power, or 2 cubed, the 3 here is our exponent. That tells us our power. It tells us that we're going to use our base 2 multiplied 3 times. So it would look like 2 times 2 times 2. The base number 2 represented 3 times with multiplication. The third step is multiplication and division. And you can see a heart below them with a left to right because the multiplication and division are BFFs. Whichever comes first, left to right, is solved first. So it's something we want to make sure those are together. They're kind of buddies. The next step is addition and subtraction. And again, they're buddies. And so whichever comes first, left to right, is solved first. So remember that our order of operations, or our PEMDAS, is parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and then subtraction. You may also sometimes hear it referred to as please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And that's just another mnemonic device to remember the order of PEMDAS. So please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. All right, so if you see here, these are just 2 other ways to remember it. I like this first way because they have addition and subtraction and multiplication, division as their own column. So it's really just 4 steps where multiplication, division are left to right and addition, subtraction are left to right. The same thing in the second example of PEMDAS. And we have our little hearts to show they're BFFs, they go together. So if we look at number 1, we have 3 plus the quantity of 4 times 2 minus 2. And when we follow the order of operations, we start with our parentheses. We have 4 times 2. 4 times 2 equals 8. And I like to underline the step I'm working on just to help me keep track of what I've done and where I'm at. So now that I've done my 4 times 2, I know that's 8, and I'm going to bring everything else down exactly the way that it was in the original problem. So I now have 3 plus 8 minus 2. I've done my parentheses, but I don't have any exponents, so I can skip that step. My next step is multiplication, division. I don't have any of those, so I'm done with that step. And my last step is addition and subtraction, but left to right. So I'm going to start with my addition in this problem because that comes first, left to right. And 3 plus 8 equals 11. And I'm going to bring down my minus 2 because I still haven't dealt with that in this expression yet. And the only thing left to do is 11 minus 2, which equals 9. So my expression simplified would equal 9 in this case, following our order of operations. Now, if we look at number 2, we have 2 times the quantity of 5 times 7 minus 10 minus 15 plus 4. So we need to follow our parentheses, then exponents, multiplication, division, and then addition and subtraction. So to start, we have parentheses. And in this case, we have several steps in our parentheses. So we're going to look and say we have multiplication and we have subtraction. Well, multiplication comes first. So we're going to solve 5 times 7 first. And 5 times 7 equals 35. I'm going to bring my minus 10 and my parentheses down because I haven't finished everything inside yet, as well as everything else in this expression, because I can't forget any step. Now I'm going to solve the rest of my parentheses, 35 minus 10, which equals 25. And again, I'm going to bring everything else from the expression straight down that I haven't worked with yet. All right, I have multiplication, subtraction, and addition. My next step after my parentheses is exponents. I don't have any, so I can skip that step and go straight to multiplication and division. I just have multiplication, so that's going to be next. And 2 times 25 is 50. And bringing down my minus 15 and plus 4. Now my next step is addition and subtraction. Well, my subtraction comes first left to right, so I'm going to solve that first. 50 minus 15, well, 50 minus 10 is 40, and 40 minus 5 is 35. And if I'm not sure, you can always write it off to the side. And if I do 50 minus 15, I can't do 0 minus 5, so I have to borrow. I go next door, I take 1 away, and I add 10 more. So 10 minus 5 is 5, and 4 minus 1 is 3. And I still got my 35. But I haven't dealt with my plus 4 yet, so I'm going to bring that straight down. And my only thing left to do is add 35 plus 34, which equals 39. So this expression simplifies to 39. Let's look at another one. 2 times the quantity of 7 plus 4 minus 1 divided by 5. So I'm going to start in my parentheses again, but inside I'm going to do my addition first because it comes first left to right. So 4 plus 7, or 7 plus 4. And 7 plus 4 equals 11. We bring down the minus 1 in the parenthesis, as well as our 2 times and our divide by 5. Now I have to finish my parenthesis, so I have 11 minus 1 equals 10, and I have to bring down my times 2 and my divide by 5. Now, I've done parentheses, I don't have any exponents, I have multiplication division. Well, I have both, but multiplication comes first left to right, so I'm going to solve that part first. 2 times 10 is 20, and I'm going to bring down my divide by 5. And the only thing left is 20 divided by 5, so 20 divided by 5 equals 4. So this expression simplified would equal 4. If we follow our order of operations. All right, one more let's look at. We have 9 plus 30 divided by 3 times the quantity of 2 plus 4. Sorry. When we look at our order of operations, our first step is always parentheses. And we have a set of parentheses here. So we're going to solve 2 plus 4 to start with. And 2 plus 4 equals 6. And I'm going to bring everything else down exactly how it was shown in our original expression. So now we've done our parentheses. We look for any exponents. We don't have any. So now I'm looking for multiplication and division. I have a division problem and a multiplication problem. But I know that they're buddies, so they let whoever comes first, left to right, go first or be solved first. So the first thing I'm going to solve is my division problem in this case. So 30 divided by 3 equals 10. And I'm going to bring my times 6 and my 9 plus down. Now I have to think, okay, I have addition and multiplication. Well, multiplication comes first, so I'm going to do 10 times 6 first. And 10 times 6 equals 60. I'm going to bring my 9 plus down, and that means the only thing left I have is addition, and 9 plus 60 is 69. So when I simplify this expression, I get 69. So I want to make sure that you remember our order of operations. And to remember that, we think of Pemdas. Remember that a multiplication and division go left to right, and addition and subtraction are solved left to right. So if you are ever working out any of these problems, feel free to write down PEMDAS off to the side and check off the steps as you go like I did. And that will help you to keep track of your order of operations. Hope this helps you guys.
Thanks, Miss Lexi. Now, our final segment today comes from the Therapeutic Services class at the Wood County Technical Center. They've put together a helpful tutorial on hand washing, which can keep us all safe and healthy. Let's check it out.
Hello, we are Sierra, Tatum, and Julia. We are upcoming high school seniors in the Therapeutic Services program at the Wood County Technical Center. Our class is all about healthcare and especially focuses on nursing.
Today we would love to share our knowledge on an easy way to protect yourselves from COVID-19.
The COVID-19 pandemic that we are currently living through has complicated life in many ways. We are faced with new risks which we must take extra precautions to avoid. One of the most important methods for disease prevention is proper hand washing.
Every day, people are constantly touching things around us. Think of everything that you have touched today. Adults can touch up to 30 objects each minute. We can touch over 100 items daily. Items found in public places such as shopping cart handles or benches can be particularly risky. These objects can have tiny disease-causing microorganisms called pathogens living on them. That means that when you touch those objects and then touch your eyes, mouth, or nose, you are introducing those germs into your body.
We come in contact with over 60,000 types of germs each day. These microorganisms can live on surfaces for hours or even days. The coronavirus, for example, can live on metal or plastic surfaces for up to 3 days.
Proper hand washing is important for all of us, especially right now. As future healthcare professionals, we use hand washing every day to prevent the spread of infection between our patients and to protect ourselves from dangerous diseases such as COVID-19.
You should wash your hands frequently and for 20 to 40 seconds at a time. This is about the same amount of time needed to sing the ABCs or Happy Birthday at least 1 or 2 full times. Your hands need to be cleaned every single time you have a moment to spare and immediately after using the restroom, before and after touching your face, before and after cooking or eating, after being in public, and after sneezing or coughing.
Hi, I'm Tatum. I'm part of the Therapeutic Services program. I'm going to be demonstrating how to wash your hands properly. So first I'll go through the steps, and then the next clip will be of me washing my hands and just showing the steps in action. So the first step that you want to take is you want to take off all your jewelry, any bracelets that you have, any Apple Watches, all of your rings. You want to take off all the jewelry that you have. Then you want to get some lukewarm water, and you will, rinse your hands off with the water, get some soap, and lather it with your hands pointed down. So you're going to lather, and then you're going to go in between your fingers. You're going to wash your wrists. You're going to wash your fingernails, all while pointing your hands downward. And then you are also going to rinse your hands off downward so that all of the germs are running down. That way it's not, running back up your arms or anything like that. And then when you go to dry your hands, you dry them downward also. So that is how you will wash your hands. This next clip will be of me putting that into action.
You should use a foaming or antibacterial soap that is meant for the hands. Non-hand soaps can be harmful to the skin.
Okay, so most people, when they're washing their hands in their normal day-to-day lives, they don't use the proper hand washing technique. So today I have set up a little experiment to see if using the technique we learned about earlier is actually more effective at ridding the hands of germs. So in this experiment, we're going to use glitter to represent pathogens, germs on her hands, and I have a volunteer here who does not know the proper hand washing technique. She's just going to wash her hands like she does every day. So we're going to get the water started. She's going to go ahead and wash her hands. Okay, as you can see, there's definitely still some glitter left on her skin. And now I'm going to do it using the proper hand washing technique, and we're going to see whose hands end up cleaner. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm going to use the proper hand washing technique. Okay, so there is still a little bit of glitter left on my hands and on my arms, but I would say they look a lot cleaner while using the proper hand washing method.
Hand washing is an important tool that we should all utilize constantly. Hand hygiene is crucial to avoiding becoming ill and stopping the spread of diseases such as COVID-19. By using proper hand washing, social distancing, and following all health authority advice, we can all contribute to containing COVID-19.
Remember, always wash your hands.
All right, a big thank you to the students from the Wood County Technical Center Therapeutic Services class for that video. And actually, that's going to wrap up everything for us here today on Education Station. We want to thank everyone who shared their awesome lessons. And we want to thank you for watching. We'll see you next time right here on Education Station.